Good morning and welcome to another edition of Artists. I'm your host, Omar Rashad. Join me live right here at Lee Sash Channel 28 Studios. He's no stranger to the community. He's been on my show about, let me see, 150 times.
The 200 times.
Linwood Jackson going on. Okay, now you run for state rep in the 16th district.
I am.
Just talk about some of the issues that you're looking to address if elected as state rep.
Well, I'm looking to be elected as state representative on September 6th. Get out and vote. And we are definitely concerned with the issues that affect the 16th district. And the big issue in the 16th district, we have a couple of them actually, Omar. Number one, I suppose, is jobs. Jobs, and we're going to tackle that by expanding the Port of Wilmington. We have to expand the Port of Wilmington. It's going to create over 5,000 new jobs once that expansion is completed. And even during the start of it, we had to build a lot of buildings. Going to hire a lot of construction trades in the area in the 16th district primarily. And also jobs is big, and we want to try to raise the pay for women, where it's equal equal pay, and we also want to protect our right to organize. That's very important for me because I am a union man, and over 30 years a union member of the AFL-CIO, the Coalition of Black Trades, the United Auto Workers. I am union from the heart, so we want to make sure that we protect the right to organize at the port and throughout the 16th district and Delaware, really. But that's just one issue.
And then you got also public safety.
Public safety, crime on the Route 9 corridor. We have a little bit of, we've got some crime all over the place, but we want to tackle, we want to make sure we have more police presence traveling up and down the Newcastle Avenue, the Route 9 corridor, and around those hotels and motels primarily. We have some issues, and we want to increase that. We also want to make sure that our police officers are trained on how to de-escalate issue, like when the police are called to a crime scene or what have you, they make a traffic stop. We want them to be trained on how to de-escalate issue or the circumstance. We also want them to be trained on how to deal with people with mentally handicaps, people with disabilities. We have 3 police academies throughout the state of Delaware. But they're all not trained in those areas or adequately, in my opinion. I think they all should have at least 40 hours of de-escalation training, 40 hours of how to deal with people with mentally handicaps, and so forth. I can go on and on with the police department and de-escalating crime. But
let me ask you, in your district, you have the Rose Hill Community Center, and you have the Police Athletic League in Garfield Park, and both of those community centers are nonprofit organizations, and they serve the seniors, they serve the youth and the community at large. So, being a nonprofit, they're always going to be looking for funding. So, if you're elected as state rep, how supportive will you be in regards to those 2 community centers?
Well, that's a good question. Very supportive. The short answer is very supportive, and the long answer, the reason why is because my grandmother lived to be 105 years old, and she lived in that community, the 16th district, all of her life, or most of her life, and she lived that long because she had an extended family, if you will. And part of that family was the Rose Hill Community Center. She went like every week. They took care of her. Her church community, the churches all up and down the Route 9 corridor. And because of those services that serviced the seniors and still service the seniors, my grandmother was able to live a long life. So we certainly want to make sure that these facilities have the funding that they need to continue to operate.
But you mentioned in the past that you grew up in that district, in the 9th district. So
16th district.
16th district. I'm sorry, the 16th district. I'm thinking Route 9, but with the 16th district. So how important is it for you to serve a community in which you was raised in?
Well, it's very important. I did attend Elbert Palmer Elementary School, then before going to Bancroft Middle School, and then graduating at Delaware High School. Go Lions! They just had their reunion just the other day, as a matter of fact. And before joining the military and serving our country all over the world, before coming right back home to the 16th district, where I live now and working 24 years at General Motors, and then becoming state president for the Delaware State NAACP, elected twice as secretary and president, and then I'm also vice president of the Southbridge Civic Association.
Right.
So all of those added up, puts my heart, mind, body, and soul right in the 16th district, and to serve that community as I always serve that community is just a pleasure and an honor, and it's just beyond measure, really. So.
Right. And also in the 16th district, I mentioned the Police Athletic League, I mentioned Rose Hill Community Center, but you have Delaware State Service Center there as well. So are you looking to work with them if elected state rep? I'm not sure if that has anything to do with the position or.
No, yes it does. It does have
okay.
something to do with the position, and all of the, you mentioned some of the community service centers there, but we also have the civic centers, the civic associations
Gotcha.
up and all over the 16th district, and I already attend their meetings to get in touch with them and find out what their issues and concerns are, and crime and jobs and returning the bus service to Rodney Square are a couple of the big issues that concern the constituents in my district, and we certainly want to make sure that we take care of those.
All right. Okay, Linwood, I've known you for quite a while, and you've always been involved in community activities, community advocacy, and all that good stuff. At what point in your life did you decide that you want to serve the people in terms of being a community organizer?
Well, I tell you, Omar, I thought about that, and I had to go way back to middle school when I was a Boy Scout. My brother, I have 3 brothers,
Right.
and my mother raised us as a single woman, and she made sure that we were surrounded by, some positive influences. And the first one was becoming a Boy Scout.
Okay.
And so I put the Boy Scout uniform on, and they taught us all the scouting and what scouting was all about. And before joining the military, where I wore another uniform, giving service, and then the military, General Motors, I was a skilled tradesman. I'm a journeyman millwright, and so we had to wear those, the coveralls as another uniform. And now I'm wearing a suit as president. And so all of these uniforms representing the different services and branches and entities that service people. So community service has always been a part of me, and it's just what we do. If we don't reach out and help people on the platforms that we have, we'd be remiss of our duties. I think every person can contribute to society from where they are. Omar contributes to society with his programs, his art programs, and we all know how important the arts are to our community and to our children. And it gives them all kinds of skills, being on stage, and you talk about, you use the art like Omar uses. He's a playwright, so he writes scripts and plays dealing with the concerns of the people, and then you deliver it in an entertaining way, and hopefully it'll impact a life and save a life in some way. So each of us can contribute in our own way. I can't do what Omar does, but we do what we do, and you can certainly do what you do in the community. So just get involved, and for me, I've been in service. It's just what we do.
Okay, we got like 2.5 minutes remaining in this segment. Any closing comments of why people should vote for you, and if someone wants to work on your campaign, how can they get in contact with you or make a donation?
Well, you certainly can get on my website. I think it's on the screen. Keisha, pop it up, but it's Jackson for DE State rep.com. You can just email me at clinwoodj@aol.com. 654-4242 is on the board there, and we certainly need all the help that we can get. We can't do it alone. Nobody can work alone. We need a team, and we can get it done better if we have a team. So you can volunteer, you can donate. We're going to be visiting a neighborhood near you soon. We're going to be visiting your neighborhood, knocking on your door and asking you to tell us what your concerns are. We already know health care. We need to protect Medicaid and Medicare for our seniors, our veterans, and our children. Education, safer schools. All of these are important issues in our community, but we need help with that. And so you can join Team Jackson and help us get it done. We're going to be doing some events, meet and greet. Myself, meet and greet the candidate and friends. Hopefully Omar come out and talk about what they do. We have your next guest certainly will be out performing with us and at Celebration on Market probably every Thursday up until the campaign, which is September 6th. So join Team Jackson at the website there, and or else just contact me. Everybody. Most people know me, Omar. They can contact you, man, and say, where that Jackson guy at?
Okay, I know. All right.
They appreciate you, man, in
no
the
problem.
arts and promoting the arts. How long you been doing this now?
Since 2001.
2000.
Well, actually, 1999, I got my acting debut at the Christina Cultural Arts Center.
There you go. So you got to think back, man. You got to appreciate the guys that's doing the great work now while they're here. All right, that's important.
All right, live right here on Lee Sash Channel 28. You're watching Artists. I'm going to take a short break and I'm return my next guest. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Artists. I'm your host, Omar Rashida. Now joining me in the studio, let me see. She's an actress, a real estate agent, a singer, supermodel, what else?
Businesswoman.
There you go. Toni Trower, good morning. How are you?
Thank you. Hi,
All right,
thank you for
okay.
having me.
Introduce you as an actress and a singer and a model. How'd you get involved in the arts? Let's first start off with the singing and then the actress and the modeling.
Well, the singing, I accidentally got discovered on a bus
Oh, wow.
in California.
Okay.
On my way. I think I don't remember where we were, but me and my other friend, we were talking about singing, and we were heard singing, and there happened to be some people that were up and coming or trying to be producers, but we got signed with their label.
Okay.
When we were just 15 years old.
Wow, that's great. That reminds me of Tyrese when he had that commercial, that Coke commercial on that bus that he was singing.
That's something similar to that. I mean, back in those days, you could get heard by people. People, that's how we didn't have Facebook and stuff like that. So people got, discovered or found in those type of ways.
Okay, and so when did the acting and the modeling come in?
The acting came in after I started singing again. Like I was approached, hey, actually Linwood is the one that's helped me with most of the acting stuff.
Right,
He's like, hey, I know an actress. I'm like, Linwood, I'm not an actress.
Right.
He's like, just you'll be fine. And then
Right.
that's how I started. I started getting into plays and,
Okay.
and movies and stuff like that.
Well, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Being a singer, I often go on YouTube, and sometimes I pull up some of the songs from the 90s. You had
Yeah.
Boyz II Men,
Yeah.
you had Mariah Carey, and then New Edition, where they started a little before that. But one of the things that I read the comment section, one of the things that I hear people say is, you know, it was good music back then, you know, the 80s and the 90s.
yeah.
And then for those who go back in the 70s and 60s, you had the Supremes, got Earth, Wind and Fire,
Oh, yeah.
and all that good bands. So people may ask, you know, what happened to music? So you're a singer. Let me ask you, what happened to music? Because it doesn't seem like it was back in the 90s on back.
I think that music was different back then because I think that people wrote about different things.
Right. Okay.
People wrote about different things, but I think music it is like a circle. It kind of and it evolves at the same time where you hear a lot of the same beats and underlying type of vibe in the music today, except I think on top they're just saying something different,
Right.
and singing it different, or with the rap and rap and
Well,
stuff
even
like
today,
that.
I don't even see as many groups. You know, it's not too many groups. I don't know like one well-known group that, you know, all the girls be screaming about.
I think that there's, I know. I mean, I guess with I don't know what's going on with that. Honestly, I just
Right.
don't think that a lot of people can sing together.
Okay.
Like a lot of the singers, they maybe don't know how to harmonize. I'm not sure because I
Right,
I
right.
miss Destiny's Child.
Oh, yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So it seemed like after them, there what really, if there are, let me know because
Right.
I'll start watching
And,
the
and,
videos
and,
and
I
buy
love
the music.
SWV. Their music
Oh,
never
yeah.
gets old, and it never
Oh,
gets
yeah.
old. Okay, now you do a program once a month. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I do Soulful Sundays
Okay.
at Celebrations on Market, and I'm there once a month,
Okay.
and I'm there with two wonderful musicians. Usually it's a whole band,
Right.
but it's intimate, and one of them is Monty Pollard. He's on the keys. He actually does original music.
Okay.
He has a wonderful CD coming out. I believe it's called In My Mind or something like that, but his music is great.
Right.
And the other one is a saxophonist, Ron Sutton, and he actually, all of us, we do original music.
Okay.
And so like when we perform our original music,
Right.
and we throw in some wonderful covers that you probably say to yourself, I haven't heard that in a long time.
Right.
You know.
So as a singer, who are some of the people that you admire as a singer? Who did you grow up admiring back then when you were growing up, and even today?
One of them is Tina Marie.
Oh yeah.
I love Tina Marie. She's missed.
Right, yeah.
And Shaka Khan.
Okay.
Yeah, I like a lot. I like the soulful.
Right. Now, as a singer, are you an R&B singer, or are you like a Jill Scott, you know, or Erykah Badu?
I write R&B.
Okay.
My music is R&B, but when I sing, I do sing some Jill Scott songs. It really resonates with the audience.
Right.
They love it. There's some interaction and stuff
Right.
like that. So yeah.
You know, I always often wondered, like when you're a singer and you're performing in front of a crowd, or even a church, and you're in a choir and you're doing a solo, and the audience just with you, go ahead, girl, and just clapping and shaking their hands. What's that feeling like as a singer when you got, because even in the middle of your song,
Yeah.
people just start just jumping up in joy and shouting and screaming.
I feel blessed.
Okay.
I feel totally blessed. And I think the thing that has helped me with my stage performance, because that does happen,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing that has helped me with my stage performance, because when I first started, I was like scared. I was like
Okay.
sweating, and they were like,
Right.
just, are you okay? You know.
Right.
But I was pushing on. I was getting through it, and as you progress, I got better. But what helped me is I sing at nursing homes.
Oh, okay.
I call it music as therapy.
Right.
And so I sing for senior citizens, like seniors and people that are not as mobile, people that have head injuries and dementia, and singing to them and be able to connect with them and bring them out of their shell has helped me with my normal
Right.
audience, and I feel totally blessed to be able to do that.
Wait, but music is
And make
therapeutic.
money off of it.
Yeah, the music is definitely the therapeutic.
And the music is the choice of music wherever you're at, whatever venue you are in. You have to be choosy with what you're singing, and try and know your audience as best as possible.
Right. So as a singer, a model, and an actress, being an artist, one of the disappointing things is rejection.
Oh gosh, yeah.
People going to auditions, American Idol, they audition for a play, they audition to be a model, America's Top Model, and they get rejected. As an artist, what encouraging words would you say to those who maybe felt a little down and out because he or she was rejected?
Okay, I would say that a lot of times rejection, I wouldn't take it as that you're not talented.
Okay.
Okay, but that being said, like when I was in corporate in IT, I would, if I did one job, I wouldn't apply for a job that I had no skill at.
Skills, right.
So like if I'm, if I have never done acrobatics, I'm not going to try and get on, that type of thing. So you just want to know what you do well, and try and apply for those type of things. Like if you know that you're a jazz singer, don't try and join a country band.
Mm-hmm.
But other
right.
than that, I say go for it. I mean,
Right,
I say
right.
just keep trying.
Yeah, keep trying.
Try and find your niche. Try and find what makes you full, what makes you happy. And,
Right.
and if you're in this business, you have the opportunity to do that.
Right.
And overall, just have fun.
Right, right. Okay, we got 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah.
You're also a real estate agent.
Yes.
You want to give a shout out to your.
I am a realtor. I just signed with Patterson Swartz, and if anybody wants to sell, you need a listing agent, you need someone to help you find a house, you need someone to direct you to the right place to get pre-approved, just call me. I'm on Facebook, Toni Trower, and also I just wanted to mention, a lot of people don't or think that when they get pre-approved that it might affect, like put points on their credit, and it does not do that. They have a way of checking.
Okay.
Pre-approval is totally free, you don't have to pay for it. And even if you don't plan on buying a house now, you maybe 5 years from now, if you go to a pre-approval, through that process, they'll let you know what you need to do to be prepared
Right,
for 5 years from now.
right.
So.
Okay,
yeah.
On that note, I'd like to thank you for being a guest.
Thank you.
Okay, and the door's always open if you have anything coming up.
Thank you. I always appreciate appreciate you every time you bring me on.
Okay.
So thank you.
And thank you for tuning in to another edition of Artists. I'll be back in 2 weeks. God bless and have a safe week. You did good.
Thank you.
As always.